Alright, we're back out here on the Suburban again, guys. Sorry this video is taking so long. A lot has happened in the last couple weeks. Wife got a new vehicle. I've been busy. Daughter fell, busted her chin open. A bunch of stuff happened. Plus, been waiting on parts and everything. I've gotten some stuff in there, so we're going to go ahead and get back to it. And whatever I don't get done today will probably just have to be in a part 3. I'll go ahead and get this video posted as soon as I can. So we'll go ahead and dive into it here and see what we can do. What's up, guys? We're back out here on the Suburban this morning. We're going to go ahead and do part 2 of this video, and we're going to start putting this carburetor and intake manifold and everything back together. We're waiting on Big Joe from Big Joe's Man Cave to get here this morning. He'll be here probably around 11, give or take. But we're going to go ahead and get these brackets put back on here if we can, and try to get the front end cleaned up and ready to go. That way we can get this intake manifold on and get everything going when he gets here. I did go ahead and test fit the intake manifold. It fits on there good now. I had a bracket on the very back side, back corner back there. I had to take it off, but it's off out of the way now and everything, so it should all go on fairly smoothly today. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down, tighten the one back down, down back there, and go ahead and put this on. That needs spun around, it's on backwards. Go ahead and do all that, get that temp sensor put in and put the brackets on, get all that stuff ready. We'll see you back. There's Big Joe, say hi to him.
Hey guys.
We're going to go ahead and get started on the engine here. He's cleaning off the intake manifold ports there and everything. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's what we're going with because I don't care other than that. But we're going to go ahead and get those cleaned off and everything, get ready to start sealing it up. Not going to be videotaping every single thing because that would be a really long video. But we will end up catching it as we go and get some of the stuff. This right here we're going to try to hurry up and do, so I'm not going to videotape it, but y'all will see it when it's done. And you should see it done now. Alright guys, so we got her on there. She's bolted down, torqued to tight. Got the water inlet housing, thermostat housing, whatever you want to call it, and got some plugs in the back. Got to get ready to put the distributor in. Bunch of other stuff happened. Got that tightened down and ready. I don't know technical names, so if you want technical names, Google it yourself.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, it's this thing, that thing, you know, this. But it's on there, it's tight. I think she's in there okay. We'll find out for sure later. But we're going to go ahead and get the distributor going, get the lines ran, see what we can get from there, and then maybe start getting all the brackets and stuff on the front here if we can figure out where they go, and then start getting the rest of it together. Alright guys, we're back at it. Been in here, got a bunch of stuff done off camera. Go check out Big Joe's Man Cave. He has a lot of stuff on there that I didn't film. My hands were full. He stood around doing nothing, so got a new heater hose ran on there. Got the carb set up on it, intake manifolds on it, got the fuel lines ran on it there and everything. Distributors dropped in. I got to do the electrical on it still, run the fuel lines. They got to get hooked up and everything. Got to put the rubber line going from here back to them, do those. Carb is on it though. Got to run the electric line from it to the key or whatever it is that it goes to, and then a couple other little things. Got to put the brackets back on, get a new pipe for this. It's old and dry rod, so I got to get a new one. Put the hose to that on, which I've got it, just need to do it. A lot of little odds and ends to it. Might need a new power steering pump. Somebody put a wrong bolt in there and tightened it down, and I think they cracked it. I don't know who that was, but it might have been Joe. I don't think he ever touched it, but it was probably him. We got to hook up the fuel or the throttle cables and everything, but as far as that goes, I think we're getting close to being done. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here and call it a day. We're both tired. He has a good drive home. We both got families that need us, so we're going to go spend some time with them. So,
if you insist.
Good morning. I just got off work, so I figured I'd go ahead and get out here and work on the Cowboy Caddy a little bit here. we'll go ahead and get into it here. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I've gotten a lot of parts. Hopefully I'll have it done by this weekend. But go ahead and check out what we're doing. Alright, so if you start off here, we're going to go ahead and look at this bracket. This bracket's for the alternator. Goes through and everything. Got it on there and everything. It's tightened down. But the alternator is hitting right there. You can actually see the paint chip from where it hit. If you look on the back of the alternator here, this is it being off of it. It sits about like that right there. So if you look on the back, it's hitting right there where I've collared the back of that little thread hole there. I don't use that thread hole for anything. The one up here is the top where it tensions down, and the back is where that rod goes through. Goes into the threads here. So I don't actually use that one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, grind it down smooth. That way I can tension it because it's only wanting to go to about there. It's really not giving me much. With having that all, having the smog pump off, that makes the belt about 52.5, 53 inches. So I got a 52-inch belt, which is going to have me down into here and tighten up. So I have to cut that off to get it on. To go from there, let me put this alternator down. To go from there, the AC compressor, it is on finally. It's tightened down and everything. I'm not putting a belt on it yet just because I'm probably going to go ahead and replace it. It needs to be replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it, but not right now. That's something I'll do later. I can't afford to do that right now. So that, the lines are tightened down for it, brackets are tightened down. You look back in here, the power steering pump, I cracked it putting the wrong bolt into the front of it, so I had to go get a new one. Got it here, getting ready to switch it out. Got to get the pulley off of this one, and I'll probably put it back on because I got to get these lines off, and those lines are on there. So that's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'll work with that, get those off, do all that. Got all the spark plugs and spark plug wires off. Spark plugs, I gotta check the gap on those. Oh, and the one in the very back there that I was having a hard time getting off, I finally got it out. Turns out just the EGR pipes or whatever they are there that I've cut off and smashed down so the exhaust doesn't come out through them. Turns out they were just in the way. Finally got it out. They're all new. Got them sitting right here. I need to check the gap on them. Going to go ahead and clean the power steering reservoir up a little bit, scuff it down and paint it just real quick. And then the bracket, there's a little metal sleeve that goes in here, and it's a spacer between the bracket there, between the bracket here and the back of the alternator. And it is a little metal bar with a lip that comes up on it to be able to go into the alternator, probably where that thread was, but that's a different alternator. It's not one that would actually go on this, or not the same size as what went on it. I went up a size, so it don't actually do anything. So now it's more of just a spacer. So I've cut the lip off of it. I've got the lip sitting right here. Originally it looked pretty much like that. I've cut the lip off of it, grinded that down smooth-ish, painted it to where it matches, and now it just, the alternator goes on, and then this goes on, just like that. The threads go through, screws in, and then the alternator sits right there in that gap, and then you tighten it down there. That's on. Got the wires ran for it. That should be about it. I do have the new pipe for this, so I'm going to go ahead and get it put on. To go from the water pump, I'll get it put on there, cut it down to the right size, and then we should be ready. Big Joe's going to be trying to come back this Friday and help me out with getting the carburetor and everything done. Hopefully we'll have it running this Friday. Alright guys, so I'm going hands free here for a minute, so just bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and measure this out and everything because I've got to cut a hose to it. It's going to be roughly 4 inches. We'll go about 4 1/4. Going on a new one, 4 1/4. Give or take care, we'll give just a little bit to play with. I'd rather just a little too much than not enough. And I know this ain't the tool to cut this with. I don't have it, and I don't have a knife on me right now, and it's what I've got, so, and it works. Actually worked pretty good for that. Alright, we're out here at my fabricating shop, meaning welder, generator, grinder, bench grinder, actual grinder. This is my shop because, as you can tell, I don't got a workbench, I got storage area. So my workbench is usually here on the ground, or right here, you know, conveniently beside the gas tank and the generator filled with gas, because where else to make sparks? It's the best spot, right? Alright, it's been cut off. Now I'm going to grab the bench grinder, throw it down here on the shop. Make sure the cord's not wound up in it, that way I don't cut it. What are y'all doing down there? It's supposed to be up there. I'm going to clean that up a little bit there, make it a little prettier. There we go, she's grinded down smooth, that's all I needed. Alright, let's go ahead and get this alternator put back on here then. Alternator's good, guys. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this power steering reservoir. As you can tell, it's not perfect. I mean, there's still a lot of rough spots on it and stuff, but I mean, it's going to be better than it was, so I'm not too awful worried about it. That's all I was wanting to do, was mainly just make it better than it was. With it being front dead and center, I want it to look at least kind of decent. Let's spray some paint on it. We'll let that sit there and dry for a few minutes. Put it over here in the sun if I can. I think I'm getting pretty close. I've got the alternator done, that's done. Power steering next. Got to get it, and then I will go off the hill, get a gap tool for the spark plugs, get those put in later, and then run wires. I honestly could probably get some of the wires up on there now if I wanted. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here and see if I can start getting something done with this power steering pump. Alright, so I told y'all last time I am cracking the power steering pump, so I've pulled it off. I'm going to go ahead and pull the pulley off of it, get it mounted back on there without the pulley on it, that way I can get to the bolts, get it mounted up right, that way I can get the hoses off, take it back off, put the new one on, put the hoses on. I'll have the pulley on it by that point along with the bracket, and we'll go ahead and get into that. Alright guys, if y'all didn't see how that worked, I'll go ahead and grab the new one here and show y'all. What did I do with the new one? There it is. So here's the tool to pull that. You have the pulley on here like that, but pressed. I'm not putting it on there until I need to, because I got to work on it. So on this, you got the hole that goes down through it. Your pulley sits down here on this shaft. Your tool, you have that piece there with the rubber seal around it. And you got a little ball bearing inside of it.
Is it okay if the spring goes off?
Yeah. You'll put that down inside there, and when it's on it, you'll screw it all the way down until you can get down like that. And what it's going to look like is this over here on the pulley. Your pulley's going to be on there like that. You're going to have it down on there. Those pieces are going to come real close together. You're going to have two of these. They're going to fit around it like that. Where's the other one? There it is. And like that, they're going to circle around it. And then you're going to take your band that comes with it, drop your band down over it, and that's going to keep a hold of it. That way when you sit there and spin it down, it's going to wind up going farther down in there, pushing that rod through. And that rod is going to separate your shaft from this, pulling your pulley off of it. Now, like I said, I got to work on the pulley a little bit here. I had to bend it to be able to get the wrench that I got stuck on it a while back out. So I got to push that back down, flatten that out. So I got to do a little bit of working on it, but as soon as I get that fixed, then we will put it onto the new one and start getting the new one prepped to go on the truck. Glad you could join me at one of my mini metal working tables, but I want to sit here and try to start getting this hammered down. See if I can get it up there, maybe get it out of that edge a little bit. Well, I bent my screwdriver, but I think it's getting it. I don't care much about this upper edge. I don't run anything on that pulley, but this bottom one I gotta have. So I'm gonna try to get that straightened out a little more. It's pretty close. I could probably run it like that, but I can do better. You might ask what I'm doing. I'm tearing up the concrete, but I'm also filing the edge down. It makes it pretty. I think that'll do, don't you? I think it looks good enough. Alright guys, now we're reinstalling it, and in that kit it comes with two tools. It comes with the remover and the installer. To reinstall, we're going to take this one. Take your pulley, place it down on top of it, and I had to cut a little bit of the installer screw out because I don't use those threads on this one. I didn't want to take them all just in case I ever need that. It at least gives me a little bit to bite onto, but mine screws up on that and it's too much there, so you'll end up putting those down on there, screwed into that like that to where you can actually pick it up, you know it's in there good. And then you'll screw that down onto it to where it's tight, and then you'll tighten it down in there. I'm going to go ahead and put that bracket on it first. That way I'm not, well, no. We're going to hold off on this. I got to get the other parts loose. That way I can get that bracket, put it on here before I have to do all this. So we're going to skip this part. I'll come back to it in a minute.
Daddy.
Yes. What? What?
My car's not running very good.
Oh, we better fix it. You better grab a wrench, start working on it.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to get this lined back up in here. Start wrenching away on it.
Yeah. It's cold.
You going to go fix it? Go fix your car. Did you fix it?
Not yet.
Not yet? You still working on it?
Yeah. Right here. It's not just barely.
Yep. Alright, you keep working on it. That one's loose. Alright, that's off. Old one's out. Wipe up the mess I just made because I was dumb and spilt it everywhere. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this put on here. It sits on it like that. I'm going to go ahead and pretty sure it goes like that. I'll double check the old one. Goes on just like that there. I'm going to persuade it in the right direction a little bit first. It's been persuaded. Grab the tool for it. Right here. Run that down till it's tight. Get as many threads as I can. What this does, the reason it works, is when that's tightening, it's pulling that nut here down. This bolt stays in the same spot, but it pulls that nut down, and this is a flat piece against that, so it's going to sit there and shove it onto it. I'm going to go ahead and install it. That way it holds it. I can tighten that down and get it all the way on there. Alright, so we've gotten that up on there. Power steering pump up on there. That line's connected. This line started. It's going to tension. I had to cut the rest of that little bolt off there on the top. This particular model doesn't need it, so cut it off. It's out. Now I can raise it up and get it adjusted there to put the the adjusting bolt or whatever it's called in it. That's everything on the front. Alternator's hooked up, power steering's hooked up. All that's done. Going to rerun this wire to the alternator. Got to rerun it. When doing this, it is a good idea to go ahead and put new power steering fluid in, since I already had it off. I'm not doing that, so don't listen to me. I'm just going to take the old stuff, even though it's real dark, nasty. Just going to rerun it back down in there. If it feels good enough for once, it's good enough for again. We'll get that down in there and we'll top it off later. That's going to be good enough for now, though. There's stuff in it, so that's a plus. We'll let that sit there like that. Gravity bleed. Hopefully those air bubbles start working its way out. As soon as I get all the fuel lines hooked up and everything, then I'll go ahead and turn it on and start working the power steering on it. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over everything that's been done here. Got the power steering hooked back up, put a new power steering pump on it, put the pulley on it, got the belt ran on it, lines are hooked back up, power steering fluid in it. I'll end up bleeding those later. AC compressors hooked back up. No, it does not have anything in it. Does not work. I need a new one, but it's on there for now. Brackets are back on. Spark plugs are back in, except for the far back one nearest the driver's seat. It's going to have to be tapped. Power steering fluid in it. Alternator's on. I got to put the ground from the intake manifold on this bracket. Haven't done that yet, but I'll get it. Need to put fluid in the radiator still. Run the fuel lines. Run the spark plug wires. Hook up the throttle linkage. And I think that's it. Like I said, the alternator's hooked up. Those spark plugs are done. I need to run the spark plug wires. Did get the heater hose. Got it ran, it's hooked up and everything. A lot of extra wires right now that just need to be gotten rid of. But I don't want to get rid of any until I know for sure I don't need them. They're there if I do. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. I know this is a little late, almost a week late. She's been a brute. Pain in the butt, really. Like I said, my daughter, she had some stuff going on last week. She had to go get stitches. She's doing better now, though. They've already taken them out. Busted her chin open. You know how kids are. They're rough, but they're tough. She's strong. She's a tough girl. But hopefully in the next video I'll end up getting a lot more done. Pretty much the only thing left would be running the spark plug wires, getting that one spark plug in, getting the fuel lines hooked up, the distributor wire, I have to hook it up, have to hook up the wires to the carburetor from where it has the electric choke, and then have to do the throttle linkage. That should be pretty much everything, I think. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you end up liking, subscribe if you haven't already. I know there's like 80% of my people aren't even subscribed, but they're watching. So go ahead and like, subscribe, follow along. You can also check me out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So go ahead and check me out there. Follow along. I give updates on those on shorts and reels and everything like that. So check those out. You can also email me at allen.roadsideshenanigans@gmail.com. Reach out if you got advice, tips, interested in helping. I'm always cool with getting with people. I had some friends stop by today, sitting there talking with me. You know, Big Joe from Big Joe's Man Cave, he comes by a lot. So just appreciate y'all. Go ahead and keep watching. We'll get back at it later.